Good morning mga kapatid! Welcome pong muli sa ating programang Time Alone with God and 777 Prayer. Dito lamang sa NELA College Link of Hope Studio, ang studyong nagbibigay pag-asa. Ngayong umaga ay makakasama natin si Sister Lani bilang ating prayer warrior. Good morning, Ma'am Lani. Okay, good morning. Pero bago po natin mapapakinggan si Ma'am Lani, ay magbibigay muna ng mensahe si Sister Cherry Bulaki. Pero bago natin siya ulit mapakinggan, ay makaririnig tayo ng isang awiting papuri para sa ating Panginoon.
On our journey, following the Lord, when God illumines every step we take. There are times when circumstances make perfect sense to us as we try to understand each move He makes. When the path
and it's very nice to meet you all through.
Good morning, everyone. So for our devotional this morning, we will be studying the life of Gideon. And his story is based on Judges 6, verses 14 to 16. Let me read. And the Lord looked upon him and said, Go in this thy might, and thou shalt save Israel from the hands of the Midianites. Have I not said thee? And he said to him, O my Lord, wherethrough shall I save Israel? Behold, my family is poor in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house. And the Lord said to him, Surely I will be with thee, and thou shalt smite the Midianites as one man. One of the lessons that we can learn from the story of Gideon is that all the wonders which God has wrought for his people have been performed by the most simple means. And the Lord has been using simple people to do his work. It says here, when the people of God are wholly consecrated to him, then he will employ them to carry forward his work on the earth. But we shall remember that whatever success may attend us, the glory and honor belongs to God. For every faculty and every power is a gift from him. And I am reminded of the quotation that really encourages me. It says here that the Lord doesn't call the qualified, but rather he qualifies the called. The Lord doesn't look at our achievements nor at our curriculum vitae, but he looks at our hearts. He looked at how consecrated we are on working on him. Because at the end of every task, of every mission field that the Lord is giving us, the glory belongs to him. Another thing is that God will test to the utmost the faith and courage of those whom he has entrusted responsibilities in his work. It doesn't mean that the Lord will use you and your life will be on a smooth sail. Whenever the Lord will use us, he will test our faith and our courage. Are we dependent on him, or are we dependent on ourselves or on the things, on our weapons in this battle? It says here, appearance will often be forbidding. Although God has given repeated assurance of his help, yet faith will almost stutter. Thus, saith the Lord, must be our firm reliance, independent of human reasonings or apparent impossibilities. When we look at the Bible, the Lord works in ways wherein far different from the human ways or far from our ways. In the story of Gideon, the Lord did not ask him to choose the mighty ones. But then, as the Lord tests his people, he chooses the faithful ones. He chooses those who are very trusting in him. And we all know that when they faced the Midianites, they didn't use the swords or any fighting gear. But then what the Lord asked them is a pitcher and a torch. And who in this earth would use those as their weapon for the battle? So this lesson teaches us the simplicity, the lessons of simplicity and faith. That in our lives, we don't need to be, the Lord uses the simple ones, and the Lord uses the faithful. Gideon did not hold any prominent position. In the verse that we have read, they are the least from the tribe of Manasseh. What else? He was not a ruler, nor a Levite, or a priest. And lastly, he mentioned that he is the least from his father's household. So he think of himself as nobody. But then the Lord uses the nobody, because more often the prideful one, the Lord has a hard time using them. Remember, the Lord looks at the heart. He looks at our willingness to be taught and to be led by Him. Human wisdom would not select him, but God saw in Gideon a man of integrity and moral courage. He was distrustful of self and willing to listen to the teachings of God and thus carry out his purpose. The Lord is not dependent upon the man of high positions or of great intellect or extensive knowledge. Such men are frequently proud and self-sufficient. They feel themselves competent and devise and execute plans without counsel from God. They separate from themselves from the true vine and hence become dry and fruitless as withered branches. So the Lord is teaching us this morning, my dear brothers and sisters, that it is our faith, it is our humbleness that the Lord really looks. He uses the people because of their willingness to be used by God, not because of what they have achieved, not because of the degree that you have, nor the amount of knowledge, but the Lord uses the people, the men of integrity, and those with moral courage. And lastly, it says here, the Lord would put to shame the vaunting of men. He will give success to the feeblest efforts, the most unpromising methods, when divinely appointed and entered upon with humility and trust. And these readings can be found in the Signs of the Times, June 30, 1881. The personal takeaway from this lesson is that you should not feel insignificant because the Lord will use you. Whatever is in your hand, as long as by faith you will surrender it to the Lord and allow Him to use you, then the Lord can mightily use you. Look at the people in the Bible. The disciples, they are fishermen. Moses, he worked for 40 years in the wilderness. He was a shepherd. David, he became a king. But he was a shepherd boy. He grew as a shepherd boy. So may this lesson, may our devotional this morning encourage us that the Lord will use the simple and the humble. And He will perform wonders because we are trusting in Him. Have a good day, everyone, and may God bless us.
Maraming salamat, Sister Cherry, sa napakagandang mensahe. Sa pagkakataong ito, tayo ay dadako na sa isang panalangin na pangungunahan ni Sister Lani.
Tayo po'y manalangin. Panginoong naming Diyos, kabanal-banalan, Ikaw ang lumalang ng langit at lupa. Ibinibigay niyo sa amin ang lahat ng papurit pasasalamat. Narito kami, Ama, nagpapakumbaba sa inyong harapan. Sana patawarin kami sa lahat ng aming nagawang pagkakasala. Naway linisin ang aming puso, pati na ang diwa. Panginoon, maraming salamat po sa panibagong umaga na may biyaya ng buhay na puno ng pag-asa. Salamat, Panginoon, sa aming paglalakbay sa mundong ito, ay hindi namin nararanasan na kami ay iyong iniwan at pinabayaan lalo na sa panahon na ito ng pandemya. Ama naming Diyos na makapangyarihan, talastas kong Ikaw ang aming sandigan. Higit niyo pong patatagin ang aming pananampalataya. Patuloy na pagtibayin ang aming puso. Gabayan at patnubayan mo kaming palagi sa bawat desisyon na aming gagawin. Panginoon, humihingi kami ng lakas at grasya upang makaiwas kami sa pagkakasala. Gawin mo kaming instrumento ng inyong pagmamahal. Maghari ka nawa sa aming puso at punuin mo ng pag-ibig, katapatan at kapayapaan. Patatagin mo kami sa pananalig sa iyo, lalo na sa kahinaan at pagsubok. Turuan mo po kaming laging magpasalamat sa biyaya ng buhay, pananampalataya at kaligtasan. Buong kapakumbabaan po kaming humihingi ng patuloy ninyong paggabay at pagligtas sa amin habang tinatahak po ang mga susunod na yugto ng buhay. Lingapin mo sana ang mga tao na ngayon ay nagdaranas ng matinding kahirapan at pagdurusa at nawawalan ng pag-asa. Ama, inilalapit ko po sa inyo ang mga kapatiran, kaibigan at kamanggagawa na nangangailangan na kagalingan sa kanilang sakit. Ang mga kamanggagawa ng NLAC at NLM na sina Pastor Roca, Sister Beth Eliseo, Sister Tini, Wilma Fabroa, at Pastor Luwaya. Ganin din po si Warlito Lianyo, Lilibeth, Ruben Lorenzo, NELA Force, Alexander Mateo, Novi de la Cruz, Elo Ariate, Pastor Salvador Yabres, Noel Ortiz, Baby MJ, Nathan Salvador, at batid niyo po, Panginoon, na marami po ang mga taong nangangailangan ng kagalingan. Panginoon, sana bisitahin niyo po sila at nawa inyong ihaplos ang makapangyarihan ninyong kamay upang sila ay gumaling at manumbalik ang kanilang kalusugan at kalakasan. Ibigay po nawa ang lahat ng kanilang pangangailangan, Panginoon. Maraming salamat sa pagdinig sa aming panalangin at ang lahat ng ito ay hinihiling namin sa matamis na pangalan ni Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Maraming salamat kapatid at maraming salamat din sa iyo Ma'am Lani sa pagsama mo sa akin ngayong umaga. Naway patnubayan tayo ng Panginoon sa maghapong ito. Muli, kung kayo ay may mga prayer requests, ay i-type nyo lang sa ating comment section nang maisama natin sa ating susunod na panalangin. Ito po ang NELA College Link of Hope Studio, ang studyong nagbibigay ng pag-asa. Have a good day.